2011's Pow Wow Festival, the first ever 3-day festival, and I am here with Dirty Heads. So I'm going to have him introduce himself, and then we'll be good to go.
Yeah, I'm Jared from the Dirty Heads.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, we got up early this morning and kind of walked around because this is my first time to this campground, and we saw all the stuff, and didn't know if you were going to get a chance to venture out at all this evening.
Yeah, actually, well, we have to get up crazy early tomorrow and fly to Canada because we're playing this thing called Wake Stock. It's this huge wakeboarding contest. So we're actually kind of crazy fly date guys now, so we don't get a lot of time to hang out at all these really cool venues that we've been playing, but we're gonna stay up as late as we can and watch Sublime with Rome, which is like our family, and 311, which is another part of the extended family. So we can't not. We should be going back and getting sleep because we got to wake up at 4 or something, but we'll just stay up. It's worth it.
It is.
If you were here, you'd understand.
That's true. Everybody should have been here, but a lot of people did come out. I mean, I've seen plates from all over the U.S.
Yeah, it's genius. I think that this would be the coolest road trip show to come see during the summer, because you're going to go camping during the summer anyway, probably at one point. Why not go camping and see a bunch of bands you like?
It's true.
Yeah,
and a bunch of good bands and quality bands.
Yeah.
I agree. So, well, when you're not on stage, what do you like to do to pass the time when you're not flying and
at home or on the road?
On the road.
Hang out with the guys. We actually hang out a lot. Play a lot of video games, but I do that at home also. And I have to have my skateboard on tour because you can skate anywhere. Anywhere in the country I can go, I have a day off. I don't want to sit around and drink or sit around and play video games. I want to go out and get some exercise or just go skate and keep it up. So anywhere I can Google skate parks or whatever and go hang out. So that's really cool.
Yeah. And then what if you could only pick one video, like one DVD to take on tour, what would you take? What movie would you take, and you wouldn't totally hate it the whole tour?
I go through. That's a really good question because usually every tour I'll do something like that. The first tour, it was like the Matrix trilogy. Any trilogy is going to be crucial. I'm telling you. The first one was the Matrix trilogy. The second one was Star Wars trilogy, and then last one's the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And those I can go watch in my bunk and be like, oh, I'm on the second one today. But I think we watched Forgetting Sarah Marshall last tour 5,000 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it's just a hilarious movie.
It is good.
Yeah.
That is very cool. Well, what are 3 items that you make sure you pack for something like Pow Wow? It's an essential thing to make your life a lot easier.
On a camping show like this?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Lots of barley pops, which is beer, I would say.
Oh.
Maybe some sunscreen and some bug repellent. Other than that, you could be naked and hanging out. I don't think you need much more than that, right?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. And then, how would you describe your music to someone who hasn't heard the Dirty Heads?
I would say it's reggae and rock with some hip hop influences in it, and just kind of feel good music.
Yeah. And it's perfect for this tour anyway. I mean, it's just such a good blend of bands,
Thank you.
And they all complement each other well, and so no, that's perfect.
I know we're bummed. I wish we could have just came for the 4 days and just played the one time. Like, we don't ever, it's so fun to be fans, and most of the time when you play festivals, you don't get to be a fan. You get to go, have to play, and that's a little stressful, and then either leave right afterwards or get to catch a couple bands. But, I mean, this is 3 days. It's just, so many bands I wanted to see, and so many bands that I've seen before, even before we were actually a band that was, that people even knew. And it's just I wanted to see the Deftones again. They're one of my favorite bands to watch live, but I still get to see 311 and Sublime with Rome. You can't not like that. I can't complain.
That's true. What about, have you heard Ozomatli or seen them before?
I've seen Ozomatli before. They're awesome. They cruised out in the crowd when they played in L.A. That was cool. They're really good.
Yeah, that's the reason every night was a strong night. So
yeah,
the
lineup is killer.
Yeah, it's unreal. So yeah, when I saw that come through, I'm like, I've got to come.
Gotta go.
I've got to do it. Yeah. If you personally could add one more band to this lineup, who would you bring on?
Incubus. They just came out with a new album, and I can't stop listening to it.
Yeah.
And I really want to go see them live. I think we're going to go in the Hollywood Bowl because we're home We're home for a little bit after. This is our last. We've been doing fly dates every weekend, flying out Thursday, coming home Monday, and we're done now. We're going to go finish recording the album. But Incubus is playing in LA at the Hollywood Bowl soon, and we're going to try and make it out there. So,
when does the album come out, or does it have a release date?
We don't have a release date just yet because we don't know, but it's gonna hopefully be done by the end of September. You know, so for them to set it up and us getting off tour and probably spring, March, something like that. I would say, just to guess.
Nice. And then, when you play outdoor festivals like this, what is the one thing that just would make the whole experience incredible? Like, is there something that happens where it's like, okay, if that happens, this is going to be an incredible show?
The crowd. I mean, that's any show for me is just the crowd, and it doesn't matter how big or small it is. It's just, we just did a headlining tour, and we would get these amazing crowds where everybody would get along, and everybody, you could feel the vibe of the show was everybody was on the same wavelength. And then you'd get to other shows, and there'd be fights, and then and you're just like, that's just bumming everybody out. Why are you here? Like, this isn't the type of style of vibe of show that we actually even portray or talk about in our music. Right. So why are you acting like that? And I'll call you out. Like, I've done it many times. I'll stop the song and you can beat it. So whenever the crowd is just in a really good mood, everybody's a lot of love and the vibe's really good, that makes you just get off stage and go, fuck, that could not have been cooler.
So you mentioned the finishing up the album. What other plans do you have after you're done with Pow Wow?
We are actually going on tour on October 8th, and we haven't released the band that we're going out with, but I will let you know it is going to be the shit. It is going to be a really, really killer tour. I don't think there could be a better band for us to be going out with right now. It's a co-headlining tour, and it's going to be dope. It's going to be really dope.
So they can check it out on your Facebook page?
We'll be announcing it really soon, within the next couple weeks.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Last weekend, it was a bunch of can't say it yet, can't say it. But that's that time of the year where
it really
is,
close, yeah.
It's too close, too early to say, so I'm used to that answer.
Sorry.
That's all right. I don't want to
I'd have to kill you guys.
Yeah, and I don't want to die. I've got other interviews and more people.
There's a lot of places to bury bodies out here.
That's true.
And gators. That was really morbid and mean. I'm very sorry. I'm going to kill you and chop you up. Put you in the gator farm.
That's true. And put you in the bat house for a little bit, and then to the gator.
There you go.
And then, lastly, what message do you have for your fans?
Just have fun and enjoy the show. Be happy with your life, maybe.
Yeah.
Safe sex. I can't actually say that. I was terrible when I was younger. I don't know. Hi, that's what I'm going to say.
There you go. Hello. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Jared.
no problem.
I really appreciate it.